So Arsenal cooked Real Madrid today. The Gunners delivered a dominant 3-0 win in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final at the Emirates. Arsenal was superior for most of the match, with Declan Rice stealing the show by scoring two stunning free kicks, the second of which was one of the best I have ever seen. Real Madrid's star players like Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Bellingham failed to make an impact, and their struggles were compounded by Camavinga's late red card. Arsenal added a third goal through Mikel Merino after a brilliant assist from Luis Skelly, putting them in firm control ahead of the second leg at the Bernabeu. Arsenal are in a very good position now. What strategy will they try and implement versus Madrid at the Bernabeu? Will they try to kill them off early, or will they try to stink the place out and get a 0-0 draw? If I was Arteta, my strategy would try to kill them off, because, as a Chelsea fan, I know what happens when you don't kill off Real Madrid when given the chance. So Arsenal didn't bottle it today. Instead, they delivered a defensive masterclass under Mikel Arteta, neutralizing Real Madrid's attack and only conceding due to a rare error from Saliba. Arsenal impressed with two well-worked goals and knocked out the reigning champions in style. Their 2-1 win on the night sealed a dominant 5-1 aggregate victory, booking their first Champions League semi-final appearance since 2009, where they'll face PSG. Madrid never recovered from their 3-0 first-leg defeat and failed to capitalize on key moments, including a missed Saka penalty and an overturned call for a Madrid spot kick. Saka redeemed himself with a stunning team goal, and Martinelli sealed the tie with a late finish. Declan Rice earned Player of the Match for a commanding midfield display as Arsenal fans celebrated an unforgettable night. So Inter beat Bayern today. Inter scored first and made it very difficult for Bayern to find the equalizer. The German giants finally drew level through Thomas Müller in the 85th minute, but their joy was short-lived. Just 3 minutes later, David Fratesi struck to restore Inter's lead and seal a dramatic 2-1 win in Munich. It was a high-quality Champions League quarter-final first leg, with Inter showing clinical edge and defensive resilience. Lautaro Martinez opened the scoring with a sharp finish in the 38th minute, capping off a flowing team move. Bayern dominated large spells and created more chances, including a golden opportunity that Harry Kane spurned by hitting the post, but struggled to break down Inter's disciplined setup. Despite an XG of 2.65 to Inter's 0.91, Bayern couldn't make their pressure count. It was Bayern's first home loss in the Champions League in 4 years, and they now face an uphill task ahead of the second leg at San Siro. So Inter knocked out Bayern today. Inter frustrated Bayern for most of the match and struck twice in quick succession, effectively sealing the tie before Bayern could respond. The second leg ended 2-2 at San Siro, with Inter advancing to the Champions League semi-finals 4-3 on aggregate. Despite Bayern leveling the aggregate early in the second half through Kane, goals from Martinez and former Bayern defender Pavard quickly reasserted Inter's dominance. Diaz's late goal gave Bayern hope, but Inter held firm in a tense finish, narrowly edging the ZG stats. The result sets up a thrilling semi-final clash with Barcelona, as Inter continue their quest to go one better than runner-ups. So PSG dominated Aston Villa today. PSG were clearly the superior side, controlling the game with relentless attacking play and flair, especially from Desiré Doué and Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, who terrorized the Villa backline. Despite going behind to a rare Villa counter just before half-time, the French champions responded in style. Doué equalized with a spectacular long-range strike, and Kvaratskhelia scored a stunning solo goal early in the second half. Villa seemed set to limit the damage, but in stoppage time, Dembélé set up Nuno Mendes for a cool finish to make it 3-1. With an XG of 1.94 compared to Villa's 0.74, PSG's dominance was clear, and they now carry a strong lead into the second leg in Birmingham. So PSG edged Villa today. Villa gave a spirited performance, but it wasn't enough to overcome PSG, who advanced to the semi-finals with a 5-4 win on aggregate despite losing 3-2 on the night. PSG struck early through Hakimi and Mendes, capitalizing on Villa's defensive errors. Tielemans pulled one back before half-time, and a second-half resurgence from Villa saw McGinn and Konsa score in quick succession, igniting hopes of a comeback. However, Donnarumma's heroics in goal, making multiple crucial saves, ensured PSG held on. Villa had late chances, including a dramatic volley by Martins blocked by Pacho, but it wasn't to be. PSG now await either Arsenal or Real Madrid in the semis. So Barcelona cooked Dortmund today. Barcelona played some of the best football I've seen this season. They were phenomenal. I was especially impressed with Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Fermin Lopez. All three were excellent, but once again, Lamine Yamal was the standout performer. He was the best player on the pitch, full of confidence and class. Dortmund were completely outclassed, though they did have a few chances of their own but failed to capitalize. Rafinha's opener gave them a deserved lead at the break, and Lewandowski's early second-half goal kicked off a ruthless attacking spell. He grabbed his second after a brilliant link-up from Lopez and Yamal, before the 17-year-old sensation rounded off a slick counter-attack to make it 4. The XG numbers, 3.94 to 0.95, tell you all you need to know. Dortmund had a few dangerous moments and, on another day, might have scored. But truthfully, they could have conceded even more in what was a naive and shaky display. It's not officially over, but this tie feels done. Even the most optimistic Dortmund fan would struggle to see a comeback from here. So Barcelona escaped the Signal Iduna Park today. Despite a commanding 3-1 win for Dortmund on the night, it wasn't enough to overturn Barcelona's 4-0 first-leg advantage, as the Blaugrana progressed 5-3 on aggregate to the Champions League semi-finals. Dortmund were far superior on the night, dominating chances and boasting an XG of 3.85 to Barca's 0.49. Guirassy netted a hat-trick, and Dortmund saw multiple chances go begging, including a disallowed goal. Bensebaini's own goal halted their momentum briefly, but the hosts never stopped pressing. Though Barcelona advanced, their performance raised major concerns, and Dortmund's showing offered a clear blueprint for how to trouble Hansi Flick's side moving forward. Check out my YouTube for more content.